Welcome to Soul Sync. Welcome to Soul Sync. Yeah, it's just me today. This kind of sucks. I was like, oh my god, let me record my first solo episode. Like, I got shit to say. But then I'm here and I'm like, okay, this is a little lonely. I need Sammy's, energy. She's an energizer bunny to this whole operation. So anyway, I'm here to talk kind of about passions today, and we did have a solo episode with Sammy where she talked to you about her passions in fitness and wellness, and I wanted to touch on what mine are and my whole journey so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better and we can bond screen to screen or speaker to speaker. It would be like microphone to speaker, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to touch a little bit about my history, first of all. I never really knew what I wanted to do in life, and this, to me, was death. Death to them all. Wendy Williams. No, this, to me, was kind of like the end of the world, because all I wanted to do was know what I was meant to do, and what my natural gifts were that I came here with, and how I can help people. And as young as I can remember, I always wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a talk therapist, and I wanted to work with kids and help them and just be the voice and the person for them, because I feel like growing up, that's something I desperately needed. And it wasn't that my parents or anyone couldn't give it to me. They were absolutely amazing and supportive, and I had a great, supportive, loving family, but sometimes it's not about that. It's about the individual journey and what cards I'm dealt with and what internal mental battles I was, given to myself. So at a young age, I definitely needed someone like myself now. And I feel like that is what they say. We are the person and we become the person that we needed. And it's kind of amazing to see it all unfold. But to be able to get to a point to look back and be grateful for all of the shit I was handed, is growth and is evolution. And I'm very, very happy about that. So anyway, when I was younger, I had a lot of anxiety and panic attacks, and I didn't understand them. Some people in my life didn't understand either. I didn't really have someone that went through it that could kind of pull me out. And even if I did, I wasn't, my ego was so in the way of being like, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine. But also a desperate cry for help at the same time. Go figure. So growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I dropped out of college because I was spending way too much money and too much time trying to convince myself that psychology was the thing for me. And there was a dark side to it for me, where someone as empathetic as I am, and I can feel the emotions of others, and it really affects me. I felt like the psychology was kind of killing me from the inside out, and it made me kind of sit and realize, do I want this for the rest of my life? I would love to help people, but I don't know about my own cup and filling it up, and how I knew that would be such a challenge for me. And on top of it, I really didn't have the attention span for all of this learning and whatever. It wasn't the pull for me. I didn't feel pulled. I didn't feel like, bing, this is it. Until I went through my dark night of the soul. We have a couple in life, and it's kind of like our soul's contract. It's things that are usually shitty, very shitty events that happen to you that kind of morph you as a person and change you in a lot of different ways. But they also help you evolve and grow into these amazing, spiritual beings that we are. And it's something to be able to look at that and look at a situation like that and just totally transmute it and totally let it affect our life in a beautiful, amazing way and transformative way. So that's exactly what happened to me. This happened to me through losing friends, through being betrayed with relationships, boyfriends, getting hurt a lot in that way. This happened to me through watching addiction and watching struggle, constantly in very close quarters in my life, in a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of mental health disorders, just a lot of shit. A lot of uprooting my life too. There was no stability at a certain point. And through this shitstorm came my spiritual evolution. And it was such a beautiful upbringing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It took me to a crossroad with my career. And I knew I wanted to help people, but I was in the service industry. I was like, I just need money now. I'm not in college anymore, and I'm still searching for this passion just so desperately. And it was something that I just felt in my heart, in my core. I was like, I know there's something I can be doing. I know that I'm here for a certain reason. Like, I just know it. Like, I know there's a career out there that is just screaming for me. And I didn't know what it was. And I've had a list, and I've made many lists of all these different jobs. I've taken all these different career assessments and what you should do and this, and this. And a lot were tailored around the healthcare industry. And like I said, my empathic nature, I was very much resistant to that. But also like the studies and just how intense they are sometimes was also just a little bit, I don't know, intimidating to me. I'm not the brightest bulb in the lamp shop. I feel like that line said it for itself. One thing I've always done also is I want to live in the best place for me. I've always been super big on like, where do I want to live now? There's so many places in the world. The world's so big. What country do I want to try out now? Or what state? I've lived in plenty like different states and everything, and I've seen a lot of people with a lot of different energy, and it's amazing to be able to move around and not be stuck anywhere just yet. So it was very important to me to also look for the next adventure in my life, and to be able to tie it with my career would have been awesome. So with this came a ton of research, like a ton of soul searching, a ton of sitting alone with myself, digging out the black holes of my brain and just being like, what do I want? What is it? What do I want to try? What do I want to dive into? Because I know it's time to dive headfirst into something. And not long after, this opportunity kind of like popped up on my Google and was like, massage therapy school in Costa Rica. And I was like, how fucking cool would that be? And that was kind of the driving energy behind it, was like, how sick would this be if I went to Costa Rica and learned massage therapy? And mind you, like, massage was never in my brain ever for any reason. I was very much like, I like to think of myself as a pretty girl, and how would people really take me seriously? There's a lot of misconception around massage therapy, and it was just something I was like, I don't know, but how fucking sick would it be? So I reached out to the administrator, and yeah, they were kind of like so on top of it, and I was so about it, and everything they were saying, I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds like me. Okay, yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, that sounds really cool. So everything checked out in that way. There was an interview process for it. It was a lot of like, would you be able to handle this? Would you be able to, is your mental state okay? You're okay to be here in like 99-degree weather all the time and 100% humidity and X, Y, and Z. You are in another country, so that's a whole nother layer of it. And at the time, I did go through everything in life, and I did really learn from these demons and this dark night of the soul, and I was very much in a good mental space. I'd say the perfect mental space for this, which also made me believe that this was just the perfect timing and divine timing. So I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking do it. I saved up a bunch of money because I was going to make the jump to a different place. I was going to move to a state that I always wanted to live in, and I saved up all of this money, and I was about to move. I was looking at apartments. I was looking at houses, and I knew that I would be going there and just starting off as a server all over again until I could find out what I wanted to do. So I decided to just make a jump, make a radical decision. and just headfirst use all of that money to just fully fund the schooling. And it was one of those risks that you take that just felt right. And it felt like that money was being curated for it the entire time, even though I didn't know that yet. This gave me the opportunity to discover something about myself. And that to me is absolutely priceless. So in Costa Rica, first of all, the amazing souls that I have met there. Oh my God. Like, they're all about pure life and pura vida and just a pure and natural way of living. And it sparked something in me that was always there, but it was really hard to, I guess, integrate in this type of setting that I've lived in. You know, I live in New Jersey. I live at the Jersey Shore now, but I was kind of like in North Jersey, by the city, by Hoboken, kind of like fast life, always. And it really allowed me to tap into something in me that's just very like natural and just very go with the flow. And I absolutely love to lead this lifestyle now. And I really do. I have been like that, but not to the extent. And it's been such a game changer in itself. But the people there, the community there, the love there, like the animals just roam around freely, you know, like we have stray cats, stray dogs, stray chickens, stray bearded dragons, stray horses, cows, goats, like every animal, chickens, there are chickens everywhere. Oh my God, I was studying for my final in the classroom and there were like 4 chickens right next to me, just casually sitting and chilling. And I was just like studying and I'm like, how beautiful is this? Like, we live in such harmony here with the earth and with the creatures of it. And it's just like such a beautiful environment to grow in. Oh my goodness. If you haven't been to Costa Rica, I seriously recommend it, like from the bottom of my heart. We were in Samara, which is a beautiful area and has a cute little downtown. And it's kind of popping, you know, during the summer seasons, during the on seasons. We were there for the rainy season, which was also really cool though. So if you ever get a chance, definitely. It was just amazing to coexist with these creatures, these animals, you know, like everyone just kind of helps everyone out. Everyone has a smiling, welcoming face. And trust me, like half the time I couldn't really understand everything because I'm not super fluent in Spanish, but they would help so much. And they were so kind and so patient, and everyone, like not even just a few people, I mean like everyone. So this experience, I went into it very much like YOLO, you know, like whatever you want to show me, whatever you want to teach me, I am open to it. I am an open vessel with a completely open mind, and I'm just gonna dive headfirst into it. And I feel like that was the most important part of this entire journey, was to know like whether it goes well or not well, you know, this was a decision that I was just fully accepting of any outcome. And luckily, I passed. After 4 months of just grueling work, you know, like it was a lot of work. It was basically like 1.5 to 2 years worth of massage school information squished into 4 months. 4 months. It was really like 3.5, but I took an extra shiatsu course, which was absolutely amazing. And I love it so much and I don't regret it at all. But it really tested you. This entire school really tested you in so many different ways, so many different levels. There was something so raw and vulnerable about this school because it's a massage therapy school and you're with a class of around 30 students who have never met each other. We're from all around the world. You know, we had someone from Japan. We had someone from the United Kingdom, you know, all different walks of life, all different stages in their life. And the teachers even said there was something special about our class, and you felt it the second we were all together in the classroom, and we were all different, but there we were all the same. We all felt the same. We all had a sense of spirituality to us and a deep understanding of connection and of about this vulnerability. that we were about to embark on. So we had so much just respect and love for each other from the very beginning. And this school, they did have a lot of activities for us and a lot of like eye-opening things that I really never considered what could make for a beautiful community of people that don't even know each other, you know? And they tried to kind of expedite that whole process along, and I feel like they totally did. One that stood out to me was a particularly tough, hard day for me. And we were sitting in a circle and we were going around telling each other words of encouragement, positive affirmations. And you could tell it was coming from everyone's heart. You could tell that these people were just very good people, all with similar reasons and purposes of being here to help other people and to like brighten the world. Like that's literally what it felt like to me. I was sitting there in awe. Like I was sitting there like, holy shit, this is the first time in my life that I have been surrounded with so many like-minded individuals that are on such a similar path, such a selfless path, just with so much love and good intention. And you felt it. Like it was incredible. And people, you know, we were all so vulnerable with each other in a sense of like, we had to be naked, completely nude, obviously like under the sheets and everything, every single day for 4 months straight with each other while having someone learn how to massage their body. You know, it's so intimate sounding and it's crazy sounding. And for someone like me, before I went to this school, I did not like being touched. And I was very much like a personal space type of person. I a little bit am still, but I love hugs. I did not like cuddling. I was not a cuddler. I was like, get away from me, be on that side. You know, like it was just me and no one touched me. So the fact of doing this was such a shot in the dark also. I was very much closed off in a lot of ways. And I feel like sometimes in life, when things happen to you, you feel like you have to. Your body will naturally do it. I feel like your mind will naturally get around the fact of like, well, this happened before, so I know what to do next time. And it's kind of to put up that wall with people. And I did that in so many different ways, and I didn't realize I was in a cage until coming here and being slowly brought out of it. So through the massage, you know, there came a lot of patience, a lot of communication, a lot of understanding and vulnerability, like I said, to just trust someone that you don't even know, but you can feel their intentions. You can feel their just love, their good energy, and that's what you go off of, and that's all that you can go off of sometimes. Don't get me wrong. We had a couple people get kicked out very early. I feel like it was like 2 or 3 people, and it all happened for the reason it was supposed to, you know, like they were just bad eggs. There's always bad eggs in the bunch. And I mean, that happens in life too. There's not always going to be good people with good intentions, and trust who you feel like you should trust. So to be able to grow with these people and to learn them even deeper, it created such a beautiful, safe community. And it was something that I always dreamed of coming home, was having such a similar safe community. And if you know me, you know I'm not a crier. We literally just recently posted an episode about crying, and I was like, that's not me at all. And it wasn't something I really thought about or gave a shit about until going to Costa Rica, when, you know, people were able to release and to be open up about their struggles. And through talking to my friends, I was like, I don't feel like I can do that. Like, that's just crazy. Like, how am I going to trust people with my shit? Like, and also I just didn't want to burden anyone. I didn't want to be like, yeah, well, this happened to me and this is why I am the way I am. But that community and environment also taught me that it's natural and it's a way of life. And like, to honor your own story, honor your past, because you learn that it's not your future, it's not your present. There's always something you can do about what life has thrown at you, and it's up to you, you know, how you see it. And it feels like you are honoring yourself a lot by talking about it with others and by being open. And there's so much beauty to vulnerability. I just never really experienced it before, I guess, like in this type of way. So massage therapy runs very deep to me. It's all rooted in this exact environment that I was in. Everything flourished there for me. It was a huge turning point in my life, and I've always been very love and light, but it's hard to trust people, and it's hard to kind of have that guard up at the same time. And you know, with psychology and the talk therapy that I really wanted to do, this felt like such a similar way of giving back and a similar way of helping people and help changing people's lives. But it was without words. It was just with energy. It was just with physical movement. It was with helping them physically feel good. And I want to get into the misconceptions about massage as well, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and massage therapy in itself has just been like, you know, pulled through the mud for years and years, because there are always gonna be, unfortunately, those people that do it for the wrong reasons, the people that are doing it incorrectly, we can say illegally, definitely. Any type of sexual anything, you know, sexual energy in itself, like, is not present in a professional massage studio. That is not a thing. And it's really easy for people to like make jokes about it still and be like, oh, like, give any happy endings or whatever. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, that's such a stab at my career. Like, it's such a stab at me of being like, oh, that's the type of industry you're in. It's not. It is so much deeper. It dates back way before anyone has, you know, soiled it with all this bullshit. It's just important to know that you should never say that, even jokingly, to a massage therapist, because if they're a professional, they're going to take it very, very, very offensively. So massage quickly turned into my passion that I have been looking for forever, from all of the movement behind it, everything that it stands for, everything that it does, everything that you can benefit from it, the way it can change your life, the way that one person can make you feel just so different. You know, I have done Reiki and been a Reiki practitioner for a little bit now, and I'm very aware, and I know how to use energy and manipulate energy in the best way, and, you know, help people in that way. So I was already aware at what I can do for making people feel good through this loving based practice. And to combine the two together was always my goal, because if you put the intention behind it, just being pure love and sending, you know, this universal love, this universal light force that we have to work with when you're a Reiki practitioner, it's like when you feel it and when you do it and when you see it work and when you just, I don't know, it's such a beautiful thing to me. So to be able to do that and then also physically help people's like physical bodies has just been amazing. It's been such a gift. And as a massage therapist, I don't see, and I know this is very similar to other massage therapists, I don't see a nude body. I don't see a body as a body. Okay? Like, when you look at a leg, you will like never look at a leg the same way ever again. Like, for me, you're looking so much deeper, and you're reading this person in 500 different ways. For example, if you're working the leg, you know, you're seeing each individual muscle, stretching each individual muscle, stripping each muscle. You're feeling for abnormalities. You're feeling for these knots. You're feeling for tension. You're feeling for what's going on inside their body the whole time. And it's really, really cool. It's like a human x-ray, basically. And you're looking out for different signs at the same time. You know, there are so many different little clues that can tell us. There's referring pain because of trigger points, and it can be in a totally different area of the body. You're looking for patterns of that referral point. You're asking them questions. You integrate stretching. You integrate energy work. You're looking for any facial expressions, any pain, any twitches. There can be muscle twitches or a sign of release in the body. So you're paying attention to all that, and you're making notes in your head. You know, a leg to you is just a leg, but to me, it is literally something that can be transformed. I don't even know if that sounds cheesy or not, but like, you're working inside of someone, inside of their meat sack. We only have one of these, okay? And we're all souls inside. We're all just beautiful, loving souls that, like, at the end of the day, like, when we need help, we just want to, like, lay on the table and just be like, help me. I've had so many people come in for stress, you know, and you can feel it the second they walk in the door. And me being an energy worker and feeling it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be an outlet for you today. It's amazing having that role, because I feel like I am helping the collective, and I feel like that is genuinely what I'm here for. And I don't know how crazy this sounds or how woo-woo, but I don't really care, because I've literally always been like this. And if you've known me, you know that I'm nothing but love. And I give so many people the benefit of the doubt, because I know what this is about. You know, I'm deeply rooted in just knowing that the human experience is exactly that. Like, there's just so much more to it. There's so many layers to us. And to be able to cater to anyone needing physical relief is amazing. It kind of feels witchy sometimes, because when I'm done with like a session, you know, you see it all over their face. You feel their energy is different. They released so much. Like, I released so much in the muscles, and they can come out in different ways. I've had emotional releases before. I've had plenty of emotional releases from clients where they felt safe enough, and to be able to give them a safe enough space where they can release this and feel okay to do so is just such a gift to me. It's such a compliment to me, because that's all I want my practice to be as well. Like, it's not anything selective. It's like, we're human beings, and if we are going through it in this crazy physical realm, this crazy life, to just be able to go to someone, you know, basically what this massage school did for me, I feel like, to be able to just be, and be vulnerable, and be seen, and be heard, and just relax and breathe for the first time. It's a gift far beyond my comprehension. And to me, massage therapy does go that deep, if not deeper. I was taking a Thai yoga class, or Thai massage class with one of my friends, Katie, and they were also massage therapists who were teaching. And they mentioned something about giving all of their love to each of their clients, you know, whether they knew it or not. It wasn't something we say, like, oh, we're sending you so much love. But she was like, but you just like innately do it without realizing, you know. It's like the practice itself is like, you're just caring for this person, and for that hour or that hour and a half or however long it is, like, that person's wellness, their well-being, their state of mind, their energy, like, is kind of like in your arms. So like, that's kind of how I look at it too. I'm like, oh, come here, like, come here, I'll see what I could do for you. So it's just such a loving practice to me. And anyone can come along at any time and say what they want about massage therapy, but find a practitioner that is doing it for the right reasons. Find the deeper meaning behind it. See where their perspective is on this practice in itself. See what their goals are within this practice, how they make you feel during your session. Energy doesn't lie, okay? Like, if I can change the way one person feels If I can help them, that's such a gift. And it's changing the world one person at a time. So that's my rant. And do everything with love. If you find your passion, you're very lucky. And don't stop looking for it until you do, because my life has shifted in such an amazing way. I feel like I'm really on the path I'm supposed to be on. And when you do everything with love and through love and for the right reasons, you will only attract love and the best and opportunity. So yeah. If you are feeling called to look into massage therapy even more, if you're curious about trying it, definitely give it a try. We mentioned in one of the latest podcasts that I am going into business with my boyfriend and his sister, and we're opening a hot yoga studio that also offers massage and meditation. So we're going to be incorporating very similar values to this entire studio, and be on the lookout for any updates or anything like that. We're just really excited because we're all working through and in our passions, and it shows, you know? So any way that you can influence the world, it desperately needs it right now. So definitely do that. I feel like I was gonna come on here and make this like such an airy episode, and it turned like deep. I'm not mad about it. But everything happens for a reason. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and listening to me for the last 37 minutes. Can't wait to see you at Ebb and Flow in Asbury Park, New Jersey. There's going to be a lot of information at Ebb and Flow NJ on Instagram. We have a TikTok account, and then also the massage page is melt_Ebb and Flow NJ on Instagram. Also follow SoulSync, people. SoulSync SB on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, our Ask Us account. If you have any questions about massage in itself or any of the modalities, like, feel free to reach out as well. And in the meantime, I hope you guys are living your best lives, living through your passion and living with love, through love, for love. Bye.